Welcome back to Subjectively Correct, or welcome to if this is your first time. We are here on my channel. Last week we recorded on Jake's channel. You can click on the Subjectively Correct playlist down below if you want to watch that. We talked about Ironheart. I'm Caleb. Here at the final take.
I'm Jake. R&R with Jake is my channel.
And yeah, we just saw Superman, so we just got back.
Just got back.
And we got some thoughts. We tried our hardest not to talk about it in the car, but some of the stuff is like,
It had to get out.
yeah.
All right. We're gonna go spoiler
let's-
free to start.
Yeah, we're gonna
so
try to
no worries
first
about spoilers.
10 to 15.
We'll have a
hopefully.
disclaimer once we get into spoilers, so don't worry about that. But
Hopefully the first 10 to 15 minutes will be spoiler free. I will say fair warning in case we accidentally just blow by that. If you haven't seen the movie and you really want to avoid spoilers, might just be best to come back later.
Yeah.
We're going to try our best to avoid them for at least the start. But yeah, I have some thoughts. What did you think?
I mean, I think it's just. I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was a very 6.5 out of 10 movie. And I know the more we talked about it in the car, right after the movie, I was like, yeah, that was like a 7 out of 10. And then we kept talking about the plot, and we kept, like, talking more about it, and I was like, yeah, no, that's really a 6 out of 10 movie. Optimistically, I still want to call it a 6.5, but I don't know if I can. I don't know. I wanted this movie to be good so bad, and I hate myself a little bit for saying it's not good, but it's just not that good. Like, it's not bad by any means. I don't think it's a bad movie, but it's not that
Yeah, so Jake did, I know, he did what? You did a pretty good job, like, actually avoiding watching any, like, reviews or, like, spoilers and stuff like that.
good.
Before you
Yeah,
went in.
I watched a spoiler-free review, and then I started a review that would have had spoilers, and I was like, I want to go in with a clean slate so I can form my own opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. It's kind of a point of like the movie got released, and at this point I was like, I don't want to go in like expecting some masterpiece and getting like well, so I did know a bit of it. I still didn't quite know.
I had obviously heard, like, leaks and stuff.
I knew a bit. I didn't know a whole bunch. I was if the first teaser trailer came out and then I was going to the movie a week later, I would have been severely disappointed.
Yeah.
There's been so much marketing that's made me go like, okay. Well now, and then it's like to the point where I was expecting a James Gunn movie with Superman in it, and sure enough, it was a James Gunn movie with Superman in it, and I got a lot of problems with it as a Superman movie. I think your review made it sound a little harsher than I think you actually feel, but it's like, there's a lot to like in this movie.
Mhm.
There's a lot to like. I think there's a lot to dislike. Unfortunately, most of that is to dislike involves Superman. It's a Superman movie. So,
A lot of the stuff that they did, I think the stuff they did best wasn't Superman,
which that's not shocking. It's
which
James Gunn.
isn't shocking because it was James Gunn, and, like, Superman's just not.
A James Gunn character.
Yeah, it's not.
James Gunn's
character
characters
James Gunn
are freaking Polka Dot Man or like
silly
King
teams,
Shark.
like, yeah.
Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, Peacemaker, as awful as I
Yeah.
think that is.
You
but-
don't need a Superman move. Like, you don't need every serious moment to immediately get undercut with a joke, and it's like, how am I supposed to take this movie seriously if it doesn't take itself seriously? All the, like, there were some good emotional moments in the movie that I liked, and it was like they just immediately got undercut, and I was like, okay, that could have been that could have been a huge moment, and instead it was like, whatever.
Yeah,
It
so for me, the most glaringly like it was the cinematography. I did not like the way this movie looked like film wise. I thought the CGI was like it was alright. It wasn't. I mean, it's not like it wasn't distractingly bad like you get with some of the current Marvel stuff. But it was like, dude, you couldn't follow what was happening. So the flying you saw in the trailer already, it looks about like it does in the trailer. I mean, the
There was-
fisheye, it's the fisheye, and it's like during all the action, it's super blurry.
It's-
If you watch the Flash, it's the same cinematographer as the Flash, and it's pretty clear. It feels like the Flash.
Yeah, there's a couple flying shots that I think look phenomenal
Really?
because of the editing. Yes. It wasn't like how it was actually filmed. It's just like you put Superman in the middle of the screen and there's beautiful sky behind him, so it literally cannot look bad because you can't like that's not even a cinematography thing for what the shot is.
Yeah, I didn't like. I just
But
didn't-
I'm it didn't look great. I'm just saying like there were some shots where I was like that looks good.
I don't. All
But
of
it
them.
was like the most simple flight.
all
like,
of them with him flying it was like just his face.
it looked like they filmed it with a GoPro
I just didn't like
on
it.
like point.
I don't know. It was
like,
weird.
I don't know. It was all right. I mean, that the main problem with the cinematography was the flight, Superman, the flight, and the action.
Just
in
like the
Superhero.
two things you want to be able to
It's
capture.
like the two most important.
Two things that are like gonna clear. Like you'll be able to pick up on like this is shot a certain way if you're looking at cinematography and everything. It's the action. It's like when the action's happening. That's how you can differentiate if something is like good or not.
Yeah.
And it's like in this, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's like when there's
That's not like the worst cinematography ever.
no,
But it's
even
not
close.
great.
But it's like when there is action, it's
I felt like I was getting motion sickness during a lot of it. It was like I don't know if it was like the blur or if it was it's
like
something. There was something
there's
about
like
it
a
that's
slight
like
blur mixed with like the speed you're moving at and the speed that everything's happening that kind of combines and it's just like slightly disorienting. And
yeah.
it just it makes the action feel a little less cohesive, I guess.
Yeah,
And it's harder to like
and with the plot being as it is, which we'll get into later, it doesn't all mix together well. When you have kind of hard to follow stuff with a mix like a really rough batch plot. What is good about this is the actors. I mean, I didn't have a, I thought
there wasn't a single performance that I was like, they didn't do their
I thought Hawk Girl was pretty bad, but she wasn't really in it enough to be like, oh, that was terrible. But she was the one. She was the only one I was watching. I was like, that's not great.
But I mean, she was in the movie, but like, she didn't. In the grand scheme of things, she did like one thing that mattered.
And I do feel like there were multiple that I was like, they're overacting. Everyone who had an accent of some kind felt like they were overacting their accent.
Yeah,
his parents and then like the president.
the president was like,
It felt like he was
ridiculous
doing a
overacting.
parody of like a Russian accent.
Yeah.
And his parents, I was like, okay, that was.
His parents were like, the hick accent so severe, it was like for Kansas, like it. Yeah,
It's not Arkansas.
Yeah, I don't. They went a little too much with the accent. In the one scene where he's talking with his dad,
That's in the trailer.
that's in
By the way,
trailer,
anything with his parents isn't a spoiler. You saw all the footage of his parents in the trailers.
pretty much.
Yeah.
The one scene, like, and that I did like that scene, but the first half of what he said before he started saying like the actual important like stuff with like juice in it, I literally just couldn't understand what he was saying for like half of it.
Yeah.
Because he was like kind of mumbling, and it was with the accent.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I think there's a lot of flaws with both of Superman's parents. Both sets of his parents.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get
That's a
into.
spoiler.
I didn't get into the Ma and Pa Kent.
They're fine. It's
They're not in it enough. I get it's not an origin movie, but it's like they're kind of a big like they obviously formed Superman to who he is. He was raised by them, and it's like I don't know, it was weird. It felt like it felt like I said overacted. I think there was the scene where he talks to her on the phone. Is
Yeah.
and that felt like
That was
and that I like
that.
that.
Was kind of like in passing, but
Well,
I
but
kind
that
of
was
like
like-
that. It was like
That's how your grandma talks to you on the phone.
yeah,
Exactly. Like that was a good scene. It's like it was the accents for me that kind of were like it's a bit weird. But
it just felt kind of silly.
like everyone else, I think David Cornsweet could be a great Superman.
oh yeah, I thought he acted.
I don't.
fantastic.
I think he could be great. I think he embodies what Superman could be.
He gets a
Problem was the script is not.
Better
The script isn't great,
writer
and the
a
script.
better director.
So the script does him a disservice. He has great chemistry with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane,
Every
They
scene
work-
where they were like fantastic.
which is not enough scenes as well. We'll get to that
Yeah,
later.
no, there weren't enough scenes of Clark and Lois or Superman and Lois together. But when they did have their moments, like their chemistry was really good.
Yeah,
It just there were like two. 2 or 3.
The Justice Gang, other than in my opinion, Hawk Girl, was all pretty good. Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific were great. Mr. Terrific was probably the best part of the movie.
Mr. Terrific was probably like the fact that Mr. Terrific was probably the best part of the Superman movie is not good.
But he was really good.
But
And then
to the movie's credit, Mr. Terrific was phenomenal.
Guy Gardner was good. I like Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Guy Gardner. My DC Comics knowledge is pretty surface level still. If it ain't Batman, I'm kind of like lost. I know a somewhat solid bit of Superman, but it's like I know passing bits, and I felt like that was Guy Gardner.
I enjoyed Guy Gardner. It was funny.
Yeah, like there generally isn't like a character that was distractingly bad. Perry White was good. Jimmy Olsen was one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, Jimmy was funny.
Lex Luthor's probably the actual best part of the movie.
Probably that.
Nicholas Holt, which I was expecting going into it, kind of. But yeah, I mean, when the two best parts of the movie are Lex Luthor and then Mr. Terrific. It's unfortunate. Wish it was Lex Luthor and Superman. But
Yeah.
either way, I thought that was fine. Ultraman sucks. That was stupid. We'll get into more of that later during spoiler stuff. And he's the main antagonist villain, but he's not the main villain. Lex Luthor's the main villain.
Physically speaking.
Yeah. Okay, just imagine a James Gunn movie. So Guardians of the Galaxy or The Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, right? Imagine that as a Superman movie. Yes, that's what it is. This is Guardians of Metropolis. Like, it wasn't... This is a... It's... To me, it was a 6 out of 10, which everything I heard about it, I was like, this sounds like it's the most 6 out of 10 movie to ever 6 out of 10. And it is. As a movie, it's a 6 out of 10. As a Superman movie, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's even lower. And that's part of the reason for me why it's like close. It feels... I expected it was going to be a 6 out of 10. I was hoping at least it would be like 6 out of 10 closer to 7. But for me, it was more like 6 out of 10 closer to 5.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. I can't go into it right now. Like, once we get to the spoiler stuff, there's going to be a whole bunch I can go into. But like, Superman was one of the weakest parts of the Superman movie.
Yeah. And not because of like a bad performance.
No, it was
or
the
anything
bad.
like
It was
that.
bad
It was
script.
just like a bad script. And like you said it's like if Superman was a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, there were like probably 4 or 5 scenes where I was literally watching it and I was just like, this is literally just a scene from Guardians.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this exact scene from one of the 3 Guardians.
Yeah. Like, the second it was announced James Gunn was doing the Superman movie, it was like, James Gunn's not good, not right for Superman.
No.
There's almost no one in Hollywood who's right for Superman, to be honest. It's a concept that just can't be grasped by anyone who works there. But comic writers grasp it. It's like, it was Mark Miller, comic writer, who wrote Civil War. It's one of the best like crossover events in Marvel history. He's like, writing Superman's easy. It should be easy. It's literally just like someone who is just good.
Yeah.
Which is why it can't
He's
be
just good.
Yeah, obviously it's truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah.
And Mark Miller is not American. I don't know if that's a surprise to you that someone who's not American can appreciate truth, justice, and the American way. This movie, it doesn't say that. That there's, I guess, a spoiler. It doesn't say truth, justice, and the American way. If you were expecting that or hoping that would be in it, it's not in
You know
it.
the rest.
Yeah. There is an American flag. I didn't expect
Yeah,
that.
there
It was
was.
like one shot, and I don't know if it was like supposed to be patriotic, but it was like, close enough. I get you can get like a 100th of a point back for that, I guess. The biggest flaw for me is that this movie either gonna be amazing standalone to set up your universe, or if it was gonna be this 6 to 7 out of 10, it needed to have something to get you to look forward to for the next project.
Yeah, and it didn't.
There is the next project technically is Peacemaker season 2,
Which
which is going to be like Peacemaker this universe season 1 crossover with the Snyderverse season 1. Who knows? It's confusing. James Gunn needs to have his own creation characters back, so
the characters he made he wants back.
and his wife.
And his wife. And his brother.
Well, his brother is back as Maxwell Lord, so There is a Sean Gunn cameo. There is no James Gunn cameo, which blew me away. I was
shocked. I was genuinely shocked.
fully expecting a Stan Lee style cameo of James Gunn. With how much he has been advertising.
When there was the
movie,
shot
bro.
of this isn't a spoiler. When Superman saved the dog from the kaiju, I thought, like, when he saved the dog, I thought James Gunn was gonna like scoop up the dog, thank him, and run away. As soon as he saved the dog, I was like, oh no, this is where James Gunn's popping in. But no.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, it's hard for me to say that this movie is bad because I don't think it's bad, and especially it's like it's the best. It's gonna be the best superhero movie of the year.
Yeah, because Fantastic Four is not gonna blow anybody's socks off.
Maybe it will. Maybe we shouldn't judge Fantastic Four too harshly right now. But I mean, it's better. It's better than Brave New World. Objectively, not even close. Like, this movie's plot was pretty bad. At least there is a plot. Brave New World has no plot. That movie's trash. It's better than Daredevil Born Again. I hate that that's true, but it is.
I wish it weren't true.
I wish it wasn't true. It's better than Thunderbolts, which somehow Thunderbolts is the second best superhero project this year.
Which is painful. It's not good. It looked better than it was because it got released between garbage and trash. So it looked better, but it wasn't actually a good movie. It was just the least bad movie in a little bit.
Obviously, Ironheart is worse than this.
Ironheart's
that's just it's not even worth comparing.
Literally one of the worst things
So
I've ever
it's
seen,
gonna be,
so
and then Fantastic Four comes out, which is like, it's gonna be bad, probably, maybe they'll be good. I think it's gonna be bad.
Question: do you think it will be on the give it the Thunderbolts scale, like higher or lower?
Better or worse than Thunderbolts?
Yeah,
worse.
Really?
You can't ruin characters no one cares about.
I guess that's a good point.
They tried to ruin John Walker, but he was.
That's true, but I also
you genuinely Bucky is probably the closest you can get, but it's like you can't ruin a character that no one cares about. You can't ruin a story that no one was looking forward to.
That's also true, and I guess in the grand scheme of things, like
maybe if it had showed
don't
up,
matter, and like Reed Richards is a pretty important character
yeah,
moving forward.
Yeah,
to Doomsday.
And, it'd be like it's not like Thunderbolts had it was like female Red Guardian or something weird like
female Sentry.
Yeah, but it's so. I mean, yeah, it'll be. What I'm super curious about, and I'm really curious about with this movie is the box office. I couldn't even guess. No gauge at how well this movie's gonna be because everything I heard, it was like, oh, this movie's gonna do so well with people who are just there to like. It's another one. It's
a movie. We'll go see it.
Superman Marvel like. Is he gonna be in the next Avengers movie?
With
like
casuals.
That people. I thought it was gonna be that.
Normal.
I thought this was gonna be TikTok brain rot movie, which it was TikTok brain rot movie. But I was expecting when the credits started rolling, our theater to erupt in applause, and it was like there was applause.
There's a couple times,
but it was way less.
Really shouldn't be.
It was way less than I thought it was gonna be, and it made me be like, people not like that movie as much as I thought they would. So. I don't know. If it had come out like in 2017 when Marvel was doing great, it would have been like, DC's doing it. Of course, yep. DC can't make a movie. Big shock. Like it would have been like that. Yeah. And now I don't know. Now we're comparing it to it's getting compared to Ironheart and like Captain America 4, and it's like, is it just gonna be like, yeah, it was pretty good? And I'll tell you, if Fantastic Four comes out and sucks, it's gonna be like, Superman wasn't too bad. But obviously, its box office run will be over by then. My gut going into it was telling me it was going to be like 650 to 700. This weekend we'll know what the actual numbers are looking like for the first weekend. That'll really kind of paint the picture. I think after watching it, I feel like 550 to 650.
I think that's.
I don't think it's going to break $1 billion. It might.
I don't think that movie could break $1 billion. I think. It could do. I think best case scenario it hits 850. But
that means it won't beat Man of Steel with inflation.
I don't think it'll beat Man of Steel, which is
that's not good for them.
Not
James Gunn's never going to hear the end of that.
No, never. And I mean, he shouldn't.
Well, I mean, it's from what the 10 Snyder Bros on Twitter.
Yeah, there's
Don't
probably,
come after me.
There's probably like 8 Snyder Bros left.
Don't come after me. I thought the Snyder Cut was better than Justice League.
True.
That's about all I can really say.
That's about as close as I can get to liking Zack Snyder.
DC.
projects.
I thought the Man of Steel.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I've only
good
seen
moments.
half of it. I'm not actually certain if I've seen the full Man of Steel. The half I saw, I was like, that's not bad.
The longer you watch it, you're like, oh, that's not Superman.
I don't know. I don't think he didn't have a collar on his suit.
Yeah, I didn't like the collar. Other than that, I like the suit.
I don't like.
Well,
the
I mean,
suit
it's
that
not
much.
the
It
best
looks
suit
better.
ever.
It looks better in the movie than it did in the trailers.
Yes, it looks much better.
I still don't like it.
Yeah. My only real problem with it is the collar, but other than that,
I don't like the collar,
the-
and I
the
don't like the S.
The S isn't my favorite,
I just don't like it.
which is obviously a big deal because it's Superman.
Well, David Cornsweat's jacked,
Yeah, he's.
and I feel like this suit doesn't
It
you don't
kind of
get that
hides
impression.
how jacked he is.
exactly.
Which I
But
get what they were going for, which is like they want Superman to be approachable, and like that's why they did the trunks.
that was stupid, by the way. Going, well, he needs the trunk so people laugh at him. It's like it's like when Marvel has the team say the name, and it's like that's dumb. It's like no one's gonna think it's dumb until you tell them to think it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like it's clobbering time. You go say it.
Say it.
It's like
I'm not gonna
no one's gonna
say
think it's
it.
dumb if the thing just walks out and says it's clobbering time.
Yeah, like in game, Cap said "Avengers Assemble" in the middle of, and it was like, "Yo!" It got a huge
In
theater
Avengers, he says Hulk smash,
bomb. Yeah,
and they just worked it in.
It's awesome. It's great.
It's worked in. It's like no one's gonna think something's dumb until you try to tell them it's dumb. So if Superman just shows up, and he's got the red trunks. You know what people are gonna say? Oh, it's like the comic books.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, he's got the underwear on the outside, but it's like it's Superman.
I like the trunks personally. I like the suit.
I don't know.
I don't love the S. It's not my favorite. And
The suit didn't distract me from the movie.
No.
Like it felt like it was going to during the trailer where I was watching the trailers. And I'm just like, that just looks bad.
Yeah.
Like
felt
it comes
like
off a lot better in
suit
the
itself
movie.
was like a little too thick.
Kind of. It was weird.
Almost like
It's just
I don't
weird.
know. It like David Cornsweat's jacked.
and you just
like,
can't
he's
tell
Superman.
that much.
Yeah, like he looks big, but you can't tell how jacked he is.
Yeah.
And like he's jacked. He's Superman. You should show it.
I mean, apparently he grew out of his first costume.
Yeah.
Like he went and he did the screen test, and then he started training, and he came back, and the suit didn't fit him anymore. So he's clearly big. He wants to build Legos.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I will say DC is consistent with hiring cool nerds to play Superman.
Yeah, but
Henry Cavill, awesome. David Cornsweat, awesome.
yeah, yeah. I don't. It to me, I was like, I think this movie works a lot better if Superman is 23 years old, not 30.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A lot of it feels like he's like.
It's almost like a
Also, what? So wait,
Immaturity's not
you
the
wrote
right
it down
word,
right?
though.
When did it say he revealed himself as Superman?
So at the start it said, do you want me to read through the whole opening
You
thing?
can it.
So it was like 3 centuries ago, like there were metahumans, and then 3 decades ago, Superman landed there as a baby. 3 years ago, he revealed himself as Superman.
27.
So he was 27 when he revealed himself.
It's kind of old.
He was 30 at the start of the movie.
I don't think I need to recast Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I thought the benefit of recasting Henry Cavill was like,
to start younger.
yeah, he's like, oh, he's gonna be 23, 24.
Yeah, they could have
He's
hold
30.
at the.
That's what I'm saying. So he's 30. It's like,
Yeah, and so the thing they did at the start was they had like 3 centuries, 3 decades, 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 hours, 3 minutes, and had like a thing for each one. I won't say them because they're not spoilers.
we'll get into it in the spoiler
We'll
section.
get into that
We're
for
gonna
the
talk
spoilers.
more about the plot. But I'm just saying, it's like,
But it does that.
I don't know,
It
he's
could have
30?
just said 2 centuries, 2 decades, 2 years. Like
2 decades. It was like, I know 30's
Like,
not
they're just
old.
not-
30's not old.
It's
I
not
know
old.
that, but it's like,
yeah, for some of the
but like year 3,
Character
year 3
choices-
Superman is 30.
yeah that felt kind of strange
'Cause I
to
think-
me.
the one thing I did read before this in prep was John Bryan's Man of Steel comics, which are, it's kind of like, if you don't want to track everything out, it's like the quintessential like story of Superman. It takes place over a long space of time, but it's like first issues kind of like him when he's as a kid, and eventually as he moves to Metropolis, gets a job at the Daily Planet, all this, and it's like he pretty much goes at 18. Like he had like a full ride to play football somewhere, but he turns it down, and he goes to it was because, and he goes to Metropolis. He doesn't quite have his suit yet, but it's like he's definitely not 30 by the time he's year 3. It's like Batman's usually like 22, 23 when he's year 3. It's like
Who would?
Batman 25. He might be like 25.
Probably, yeah. Probably, he'd have to be a little older than Superman would be by like the same point in their superhero career, just based on like.
I mean, Batman is fully established by the time Superman
Yeah.
is getting started. Like, but still, it's like
yeah, that's true. I mean, like younger.
that's why. I mean, that's why.
For
Yeah, I know that's a random kind of thing, but it's like, so he's 30, and it's like,
And the only actual reason he was like, they could have just said he was like 25. It was literally just that opening thing that
yeah,
didn't contribute anything to the movie,
yeah,
other than like
yeah,
a tiny piece. But that's a spoiler-ish.
yeah. There is. I'm gonna restate this before we move on to the actual spoiler section. There's a lot to like about this movie. A lot of great performances, and I think there is stuff set up that they can move forward and have interesting characters as long as someone other than James Gunn writing and directing like the tentpole characters.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman and Batman should not be done by James Gunn. Superman 2 should not be done by James Gunn.
If Batman is done by James Gunn, I don't even. I can't think of something.
We don't have to
worse.
worry about that. We won't be getting that movie for like 5 years.
Yeah, no.
Maybe 5 years.
We might be getting the Batman too if this doesn't do super.
I think we're gonna get that anyway, just because. I mean, turn the script in. I don't know. Unless if this movie goes like 1.5 billion, which would be insane.
Yeah.
But if it did, then I think we're I think we're
Then we're not.
I
doing
think
the
we're
Batman
I think we're canceling Batman too, and
Yeah,
we're just
Matt
going
Reeves
full
is
in on
getting a
DC.
little
But
shoe out the door.
there's a lot to like. I think there's great opportunities to set up interesting stuff. I think that the release slate they have coming up is going to capitalize on a lot of that. But there's a lot set up. There's also a lot not set up. And I think the casting, this shows that good casting is important. You may not have the best writers, or not the best writers. I mean, they don't have the best writers. They got some questionable people in the writing room. But it's like, you may not have the best plot written, but at least it's like your characters can show you that there's something there.
Yeah.
So whatever the next Superman movie is, I don't know when I don't know if it'll be after their first big team up or whatever. I don't know if it might be 5 years. Who knows? I don't know when Superman 2. I think it should hurry up and start a Superman 2, to be honest.
I think as soon as possible without James Gunn.
Yeah. And I think they have a chance. The problem is I think a lot of it's going to come down to like their next projects, and the next one's Supergirl. And I don't know how well that'll do. But let's go into the spoiler section.
Head into
real quick.
spoilers.
So, if you haven't seen it and you wanna watch it first, then leave. Don't
We'll give you
don't
a
listen to this part.
second.
Go watch it. But yeah,
We'll take a quick moment.
yeah. All right.
So, first things first, keep it on the track we were on. The short scene we got with Supergirl, I was extremely excited for Superman just because it's Superman, and I was like, if Superman's really good, Supergirl's gonna be pretty solid. And then we got one scene with Supergirl, and it was like, oh, it's gonna suck.
Because Krypto's her dog, so she's drunk. She arrives back and she's drunk. And she calls him a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's the scene.
Yeah. She comes back, and then Superman's like, yeah, she likes to go to planets with a red sun so she can get drunk. Yeah. And that's all we know about the character so far.
She likes to get drunk.
And that she dumped Krypto on Clark.
She likes to get drunk,
And
and
she
she
called him a bitch.
called
and
Clark
left.
a bitch.
It's like, oh, you took care of my dog, bitch. Leaves. That's it. So I'm not
And that's the
particularly
next
excited
movie.
for the next
And
movie.
it's also based off of a comic storyline that's not very good.
Yeah.
It used to be titled directly off of it. They've now cut that. It was going to be Supergirl,
Woman of Tomorrow.
Woman of Tomorrow, which this movie was supposed to be Superman Legacy. Should have been Superman Man of Tomorrow. Superman the Man of Tomorrow. They probably didn't do that because it was like, that's too close to the Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's probably why they didn't do it, actually.
Yeah,
Which is
so
kinda fun.
So I said the biggest problem with this movie is that Superman's the worst part of it. He doesn't win a fight.
Yeah.
This is why James Gunn wasn't right for Superman. He doesn't understand the character. There's this big moment in the movie where Metamorpho, or whatever they called him, Elemental.
Element Man.
They said Element Man metamorphizes stuff.
Yeah.
They've called everyone else by the comic name. Why not just call him
They were
Metamorpho?
just like,
that is the most random one to change
he's
it. The one-
Element Man.
Element Man metamorphizes stuff. Like, what are we doing? But either way, he creates kryptonite, and it's like, oh, now he's weak. It's like, doesn't matter. He's been weak the whole movie.
Yeah, and
It says so. You can
what the thing at the start was it was 3 centuries since metahumans first started, 3 decades since Superman landed on Earth, 3 years since he declared himself a Superman, 3 weeks since he intervened in the
Borin versus Japor Denise.
the war. I'll get to the names later.
Bavaria.
They're later in my notes.
Bavaria and Japa.
Jahapur,
yeah.
whatever.
It's-
3 hours.
It's
since,
Russia and Ukraine. Like,
pretty much. Yeah.
although it'd be Ukraine if Ukraine had pitchforks,
In like
not
92
weapons. And like 60 people.
3 hours since he started fighting whoever, and then 3 minutes since he lost his first fight.
Yeah.
So that's the movie's way of excusing
So,
him
let's
losing
just say
every
this.
fight is like it's the first fight he's lost, but we never see him win a fight.
yeah, this is why. So whenever every trailer had Superman just like beat down, and it was like, why isn't Superman being Superman? I thought this
It's like
during the
they're-
marketing.
they're
I thought it
saving
during the marketing. I didn't think it was they're saving it. I was thinking they're trying not to scare away the normies, because what does every normie who like never has seen a Superman say about Superman?
Homelander.
No. He's
Oh,
boring.
he's too- yeah,
he's
he's
boring.
too-
You can't
he's
beat
boring.
him. It's
Yeah.
like everyone. You can't beat him.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says. So I was like, oh look,
Well,
no,
they,
he can
they
be
say
beat.
that
So
and he's
there is
one-dimensional because he's just
there
good.
is story here. So it's like, I was figuring that's what they were just doing in the trailer. It's pretty clear to me James Gunn doesn't understand this character, because he had him getting beat down every
every time.
By the way, and don't just take my word for saying James Gunn doesn't get the character. James Gunn literally said he couldn't crack the character until he thought of Crypto. But
I could write Super. It's not hard. He's
I'll say it again.
Good.
Mark Miller, Superman is easy to write.
he's extremely powerful, and he is good.
And he was sent to Earth to be good, not to freaking.
That's another problem. Want to hit that?
Hold on, I gotta finish.
wanted to
I gotta
rant
finish what I'm saying
about it. Finish your train of thought and then
before
get to
I
that
just
massive
lose
problem.
my mind about the dumbest thing in this movie. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So to me, it's like I'm seeing these this whole 3 thing pop up, and I'm like, I wish this movie was taking place during the first 3 years.
Yeah, no, that would have been fun.
The thing in the John Bryan Man of Steel, it's like, yes, Superman is stupid overpowered, but he's fighting the kaiju, so it's like he still has to battle. The reason Superman's fights are hard for him aren't because every villain can beat him. It's because he doesn't want to. He's not just gonna kill him. Because obviously
Yeah.
he can end every fight by flying in and turning them into paper mache with the flick of a finger. He's not gonna. He's
Yeah,
trying to redeem them essentially.
Yeah, he's trying to,
and that element was in this movie.
and he's trying
but-
to save them,
exactly.
or he's trying to save people.
So he has to fight hard to stop, and he's doing it. And then it's like, and then when the kryptonite gets introduced, it's I can't remember the character, but it's some random character who he should not have a problem with has kryptonite, and it's like, and he's like, oh, I don't know what's happening, I don't know why I'm weak, and it's like, oh wait, he can be hurt.
Yeah.
And so in this movie, when they show the kryptonite, it doesn't have that same effect. It's like Kryptonite is super rare, so it should be like, oh wow,
In the movie, they do
is
say like
it's gone.
Kryptonite's gone,
But it's like
and then Element Man
that's
is
supposed to
how
be the
they
moment
get
where it's like, oh, he can be beat.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it should be a big thing, not just like.
and it wasn't. It's like
it's
he's
another
been
way he
getting
loses.
beat down the entire movie, and now it's like, oh, and look, now he can be turned even weaker.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to get to the Jor-El?
Maybe, I don't know. There's still so much more.
We can wait.
Okay, so Jor-El is played by Bradley Cooper.
He was fine. I think.
Well, he's in one. There's one moment. So as much as the Man of Steel is like, oh, was that Superman? Was it not? The one thing they did incredibly was the Krypton stuff.
Yeah.
With Russell Crowe, right, as Jor-El,
I
and
think so.
yeah, who plays his mom in this movie?
I don't remember. I didn't recognize her immediately, at least. I will say, before you get deep into that, letting the Lego Batman movie do Superman better than a live act, or doing like the Krypton origin better than a live action Superman movie is insane. Like the throwaway crap you get from the Lego Batman movie when Lego Batman is like heisting from the Fortress of Solitude is
Angela
better than what we get in this
Serafin.
movie.
Angela,
Which is kind of ridiculous. When you spend hundreds of millions of dollars on what's supposed to be the start of the DCU, and then what happens with
she's not been anything.
his
I
Krypton
recognize.
origin.
Oh, she was in G20.
Okay, that's
Angela
why we don't know
Angela
you.
Serafin plays his mom. I think it's Laura. I can't remember Superman's mom name. Either way, Jor-El's Bradley Cooper, and they're speaking. I think they're speaking Hebrew. It's like some weird like language.
Kryptonian.
It sounds like Hebrew.
It sounds like Hebrew.
Like-
But it's
But and so they send a message along with him, as pretty normal with most Superman stuff.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's like, oh, the second half of the message is corrupt, and the first movie's like, we've been scouting this planet for you to go to, and it's this that, and you can, these people are the best for you, and it's like, and then Superman decides like, they wanted me to be able to come and protect the people of Earth and serve them. So Lex Luthor and the Engineer, as well as Ultraman, also known as Black Noir,
pretty much Black Noir.
break into the Fortress of Solitude, and they take the message, and the Engineer's like, I can save the second half of the message, and then they release it, and they're like, yeah, go destroy these people and start a secret harem of wives.
Yeah, it was literally like have as many wives as you can, and basically just rule
Spread
over
your
Earth.
Kryptonian seed.
Yeah.
And it's
then
like, bro,
naturally we assume
everyone
this
who
is
knows
fake.
anything is like, oh, so it's like that's obviously doctored,
Lex.
and it's like every character, Mr. Terrific.
I
all
didn't
these
even
people.
when they first showed the scene. I didn't consider for a single second that was the actual message. I was like, oh,
All these people
Lex
are just
obviously
like,
doctored that.
all these people are just like, nah, that's real, man. That's straight up real. And it's like you get to the end of the movie, and it's like,
You're like, is one of the post-credit scenes gonna be like, yeah, that wasn't real? Nope.
dude. So in the Man of Steel comics, it's like when Jor-El is figuring out where to send them, he's like, this is a great place. These people are, yes, primitive, but he can help lead them into the future. And it's like, and his mom's like, oh, they're barbaric. Look at them. It's because like human. It's like old. It was like old humans, and they're like huge and like jacked and shredded or something. But it's like, yeah, they're sending him there because it's the best for him to survive, but he can also help them.
Yeah.
And there's Yellow Sun. Like, there's obviously a whole bunch of
Yeah,
reasons,
yeah.
but
There's
it's
a
like,
lot of reasons.
none of them are go rule the earth.
Start a harem of wives, and rule the earth with all of your Kryptonian children.
Freaking James Gunn.
Like, it's because to Hollywood writers, Superman is Homelander.
Yeah.
So they made his parents basically Homelander.
And there are multiple characters that's like should have been enough for James Gunn to get all of his gunness out.
Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen and Guy Gardner really should have been like,
They
okay,
should have been.
James Gunn can have his James Gunn moments with these characters, and he did.
Yeah.
And then that way the rest of the characters can be written good enough.
Normally.
and they're not. Jimmy Olsen is like purely a James Gunn character. It's very obvious. Guy Gardner is pretty much similar to Guy Gardner, but it's like
It's very James Gunn.
You can have James. He's
movie
freaking
character.
making the Green Lanterns, flipping them off as
Yeah.
they're knocking tanks over, and it's like, and it's just still, and then it's like Superman and Lois are having a heart to heart, and it's like there's a giant battle going on in the background, so there can be a laugh during every deep conversation.
Which it's the thing that, and so that like when they do hug, it's like a pretty shot with all the colors behind them from the.
But also that way you don't have to actually think about it.
I
while
have the
it's happening.
quote
because they're having a
quote dimensional imp.
They're having a deep conversation, and
It was after Lex took crypto too.
Yeah.
So he had
And
just
there's-
got back from
that was one
failing
of the
to find
scenes.
crypto.
That's-
He was devastated.
that was one of the scenes that was extremely controversial. Was him breaking into Lex's office,
Yeah.
and so everyone was like, hey, "He wouldn't do that." And then it's like, "Well, with context, it might work." It doesn't work with context. It was just stupid. He blows the door down, and he's like threatening to kill. Why is he pinning a sitting president against a cactus? That's not Superman. Not to mention, Hawk Girl straight up murders a sitting world leader.
The
I
same
understand
one.
the dude's like evil, whatever. It's like
Yeah, but
He's
he was
still
literally like, I
sitting
know you're
world
not gonna
leader
kill me. And she
over
was
a-
like, I'm not Superman, and just
over
kills him.
clearly like a world superpower in this context of this universe.
Yeah,
If they're neighboring countries using pitchforks and they have tanks and stuff.
yeah. The whole like that conflict.
That conflict is like the starting point of this movie,
yeah,
and we don't see it.
yeah.
It
And it's
happened
like-
off screen.
And then all the like the trailer shots of like the kid lifting the Superman flag, and like the speech in the trailer where Superman's talking to Lois and he's like, "I went there to save people, and I was only representing myself and good." I thought that speech from Clark was good.
I think that would have been good, but
If
it
we
was-
got the context of actually seeing it,
I don't even know.
we
so
should have seen it.
what that whole thing, it was like I heard a while ago that there was a 10-minute back and forth between Lois and Clark, and that sounds 10
was.
minutes doesn't sound like a long time in a movie that's, I don't know how long this movie is, but it's like, let's say 2 hours.
It was about
10 minutes is a long time.
That's a 12
There's
of your
120
runtime.
minutes of a movie, and that's 10 minutes. So now there's 110 left.
Yeah.
So it's like, and not to mention all these characters that are in it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And they also stuffed all their good like
and that dialogue was in the trailer.
dialogue into
That dialogue was in the
that
trailer,
10
and it was like, why is he freaking out like a baby? And it's like all this, and it's like the way he's acting works if he's 23 or 24.
Yeah,
It doesn't. If he's a 30-year-old man with a fully developed prefrontal cortex, 3 years into being Superman, he's not gonna act like that.
Yeah.
If he's 22, 3 years into Superman, or even 23, 2 years into Superman, or like
I think it worked. I think most of the plot works better that way because he's going to
way
be
he
making
acts
more
does.
rash decisions
when he's back at his parents after getting beat to crap for the second time.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, that was the kryptonite, so the third time.
yeah
Um,
third of many.
Yeah. Then it's like
See-
that whole sequence feels better if he's like 22. So he's only like 4 years out of his parents' house, and now he's
Yeah.
back. It was like he's 30,
Yeah, he's 30 years old. And,
which I guess it would mean he left his house at 27.
well, he
'Cause
could have
Superman-
left.
Well, no, because
sooner.
Superman doesn't announce himself. He did. Well, I'd say 25 is probably the latest it would make sense. If it was like remotely comic like at all, it's like he goes to Metropolis. He spends 2 years acting as just like a random force of good that you never actually see, and then it's like, I need the symbol, so he gets the suit. That's and then he gets that at 27. That's how he announced himself as Superman, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll say that. So either way, it's like, really?
Yeah, it's. I will. The scene with his dad. I thought that was a good scene.
Yeah, if I hadn't seen it 30 times.
Yeah, I wish we hadn't seen it, but
There's so many scenes in this movie.
the
it's
message
like,
of the scene I thought was good because it was like it enforced the actual like being Superman.
it also
which-
freaking doubled down on the stupid Kryptonian message.
It unfortunately we had the garbage Kryptonian message, but it like his dad had the thing where he's like, even if the message from your Kryptonian parents was to take over the world, you didn't get that part, and the part of the message that you did get, you took it to mean that they were sending you there to save the world, that says so much more about your character than that's what actually matters. What it says about your character, how you took it, that says so much more and matters so much more. And then tell it like he's proud of him. I thought that was a good scene. I don't think the scene should have existed because it should be in a movie where
There needs to be more of
his
parents,
Kryptonian
dude.
parents shouldn't have sent him to have a harem of wives and whatever.
The
So
hashtag.
the context for the scene shouldn't have ever existed, but his parents should have been in the movie more, and there could have been a scene like that in a Superman movie where you don't need that scene
Well,
because of
there
his
need to be
stupid
more of his parents. There need to be
Jor-El
more of Mon Paquette.
crap. Yes.
Like, that's one of the things the Man of Steel got very wrong. When you have Kevin Costner, like, let me die to a tornado, son. Like,
That
That-
was
you could redeem that with having multiple, because Mon Paquette are very important to his character. It's what makes him who he is.
they're the reason
Because he
he's-
grows up in their family. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a story of, like, your parents can mold you into, like, having your proper values or whatever. It's like that, and it's like they're in this movie for 3 minutes.
probably 5. If you count the phone call
Yeah,
with his
there's
mom.
more of a Lois and Clark argument than. And by the way, that Lois and Clark 10-minute argument is the only time in this entire movie that James Gunn allowed for an emotional punch to hit and stay at a
Yeah.
scene. It ends on a low point. The scene ends at a low point. It's the only one that it's not like
It wasn't immediately like,
Here's a quip.
funny gag, quip.
so we were
Get it?
while we were eating, like while we were setting stuff up still, we chucked on The Dark Knight as a joke. And it was like, I mean, as a joke, it's because it's the freaking Dark
'Cause it's
Knight.
good.
We weren't gonna watch the whole movie, but we watched like basically we watched the entire opening bank heist.
Yeah.
It's like
And you're like, where are the quips at?
No,
This
it's like-
sucks.
it's like what happened to this, man? It's like this is 5 minutes of just
17
tension
years.
building, and it's like there would be a million clips now. You couldn't even do this.
No. That
It's not possible to be done.
literally every single time one of the heist members like killed another one, there would have been a quip. When the guy popped up with a shotgun to defend the bank, there would have been quips.
And that's a whole other issue. It's like it's just what
Yeah.
happens when you're gonna have James Gunn running your movie. It's like
and you
it's
can have
gonna
like
be Gunn.
a bright,
Superman
uplifting movie
can't-
without constant jokes.
Superman can be funny.
It
Look the
should
first
be.
Iron Man the first Iron Man movie. It's like there are so many serious moments, and then Tony Stark can still have his quip moments.
Yeah, you can have hilarious moments.
And then
In a
you will
serious
get
movie.
moments where freaking like Jensen dies, and it's like,
And it's like, whoa,
dang.
they just change his whole character.
Yeah, and it's
But there will also be funny moments. It's like in this movie, you can have an extremely uplifting, like hopeful, positive Superman movie without a joke every 30 seconds.
I guess there was one other time it ended on an emotional punch, and it was after Lex shot the guy.
Yeah,
Probably the best. Might have been like the best scene in the movie. Lex is sitting there, and he just straight up murders a dude.
yeah,
It's like, oh, so we actually have a villain who's a villain.
yeah. It was great, and they didn't redeem Lex at the end.
They did
Thank
ruin
you.
another great scene with it though, with a joke where Lex is having a great like monologue argument with Superman. He's like, "I was paid to kill you. If it's not today, it's tonight." I'm like, "Oh, this is great." They're building, and then Crypto freaking comes in and
Crypto like
flings him around, dude.
Hulk Loki.
I
flings
didn't
him
think
around the
Crypto
room.
was gonna like make me dislike a lot of the stuff it did as much as it did, and I was expecting Crypto to be in this movie a lot more than he was.
Yeah,
And
he was in it.
every
less,
scene he
which
was in, I
good.
didn't like. Every scene I was in, it felt like it was no longer the Superman; it was Crypto the movie.
Because it was just dripping with like James Gunn self-insert.
Yeah,
Like-
freaking biting the ankles. Dude. Literally
Yeah.
something James Gunn said he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because every scene with Crypto is like James Gunn put it there because of his dog.
Yeah, Justice Society was cool. The like actual Hall of Justice looked great. Literally, it was the Hall of Justice in live action, so that was pretty cool. The Justice Gang.
Stupid.
Apparently, they're gonna be in Peacemaker season 2. Their costumes looked like trash. Mr. Terrific's was all right.
Mr. Terrific. was
Hot
awesome.
Girls was bad. Guy Gardner's was like okay.
It was goofy, but I feel like he should look goofy.
Yeah.
I don't mind Guy Gardner looking like he has a bowl cut. He should look like an idiot.
But
Hot Girl's costume was an atrocity. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
yeah, should be a crime to make Isabella Merced look unattractive. It's pretty impressive that they pulled it off. But
Should be.
I mean, it just you need to make her attractive. It just needs to not make her not like unattractive, and it managed to.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the same
just
as
not
Guy
hot girl.
Gardner's
And
costume.
the argument is like, oh, it's Maxwell Lord, so it's supposed to be stupid. That's your brilliant, like
Yeah, your defense
your
is it's
misunderstanding
Maxwell Lord, so
argument.
they
It's
should
like
look dumb.
that your defense is it's
No, it
supposed
looks
to look
dumb because it
stupid.
should look dumb.
It looks stupid on purpose. It's like freaking Thrawn in Ahsoka, where it's like, no, he planned that.
No, it's just bad,
Yeah,
and you didn't think about that.
Yeah,
'cause
so
you're
it's like-
dumb.
I don't like that defense. Maybe that's true, and it was supposed to, but it's like that's a horrible reasoning to
It's
have.
like,
that.
you could just make the suit look cool.
Yeah, don't open your universe having a terrible suit and going, no, it looks dumb on purpose.
Dude, you're media illiterate. You don't know what you're talking
It looks
about.
bad on purpose. She's always yelling too.
Yeah, she's not.
It's not her power. She was like
That's
screeching.
a whole other character. She was like, ah! That's not her
Isn't
power.
Straight up
set.
murdered a world leader.
Just
Dropped him and splattered him. It was like, I mean, I get like whatever. I guess the dude's a psycho,
yeah.
but
Whatever.
it's just, this is a
Whenever
this
everybody
is,
gets mad at Superman.
this
for
is a country that is
interfering in-
directly allied with the U.S. according to this movie's lore.
Yeah.
And she straight up murdered the Justice. The Justice Gang is like an official arm of like something. Like it's another corporation's direct
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. It's
and she straight up killed the guy
yeah.
who's
And
supposedly a direct ally.
They
of the
got mad at
US.
Superman and wanted to like control Superman because he interfered in like a battle, and then she just assassinated the president.
That was more. I don't even know if assassinated is the right word. It's like
No, it wasn't
executed.
assassinated. Yeah, she executed.
straight up splatted.
Assassinate's
the guy.
like shoot from a distance. This
Um,
was like just drop from the sky.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but
Ultraman. The main like
so
fighting villain.
I'm gonna for a sec. You know more about this. I'm gonna take it for a second. They literally did Homelander. Like
Not
So-
Homelander. Well, I mean Homelander.
Well,
in the-
let me-
it's in the comic Homelander.
that's what I'm
It's-
saying. So
It's literally Black Noir.
Ultraman was Black Noir,
It's
he
literally
didn't
Black
speak.
Noir.
and then he gets controlled by Lex. Basically,
Not only is it
we
that
get
he,
some cool fight scenes.
not
where
only is it
it's-
that he doesn't speak, he literally looks like Black Noir.
Yeah, his outfit looks like Black Noir. He doesn't like it's pretty much Black Noir. We get some cool scenes that I personally thought like they showed how intelligent Lex is because it was like,
He's playing Mortal Kombat.
yeah, he's playing Mortal Kombat fighting Superman. He's literally just shouting out like a letter number combination that corresponds to a move, and there's like thousands of them. He has them all memorized, and he has Superman's fight patterns memorized. So it shows how intensely Lex is like hyper fixated on Superman as a character and fighting Superman. It shows how invested he is, and it shows how intelligent he is. I thought that was great for Lex. Like how he controlled him. I thought that was kind of cool. It's a clone of Superman,
So it gets revealed
Ultraman
in the
is.
final fight.
and it gets revealed that it's a clone of Superman. The cloning process wasn't perfect, so he's way dumber but a little stronger. Which is, it's the boys. That's Noir's arc, at least in the comics, is he gets revealed it's a clone of Homelander, and it's like,
Ultraman is a clone of Superman, or not a clone. It's like he's a counter Superman in the comics.
yes, but the way they did it in the
Literally
movie is
having him be
literally-
Black Noir. Like the suit is Black Noir. He stands around like Black Noir. He doesn't talk like Black Noir, and then it's revealed he's literally got the same plot line. as
Yeah.
Black Noir. It's like
It's like, try a little more.
yeah, because like in the
Put some
comics,
effort in.
the actual look of him is like the red and the blue and red, and then he's got a U instead of an S. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't. And it's another thing where it's like, oh, that's why he's equal to Superman. It's like, yeah, cool. We haven't seen anyone Superman's better than yet in the movie.
Yeah, it's not like a huge achievement for someone to be stronger than Superman because he hasn't won a fight.
Yeah, there's a scene. It's just, and then like
The only
He's
fight
not
he
super.
technically won is against the kaiju they fought, but he didn't.
He
even
didn't win that. It was
defeat
the Justice Gang. They blew him up. He didn't do anything.
Mr.
He wasn't
Terrific.
stopping it.
He was saving people,
He
which
technically
is great,
wins the fight with Ultraman.
He was being Superman. I mean, he wins the fight with Ultraman because he pushes him in front of a bus, and he falls into a black hole. But Ultraman was beating
thanks
him
to Crypto.
most of the fight.
Crypto saves his life.
Crypto saves him. Instead of just lasering the drones, so Lex has drones showing him the fight so that he can control Ultraman. And Superman realizes this. He says, brain over brawn, kind of like shoving in Lex's face, like, that's Lex's whole thing. Lex had said it. That's his whole thing. Superman said it back. He was like fighting smarter than Lex now. And told Crypto to destroy the drones instead of using his laser vision to destroy them.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was just silly. It didn't need to have Crypto. It was the second time in the movie, at least the second time, I could be forgetting, where Superman was getting demolished and he just whistled in the middle of a fight.
Technically, he wasn't fighting when he was getting shoved into the anti-proton. He was just getting shoved into an anti-proton river, and then he whistled.
Yeah. But it was like the third time where he had to whistle.
I hadn't want to fight. And he's like,
Crypto's
he's
dead.
struggling to lift buildings. And it's like, it's just if Superman wouldn't be struggling with.
Yeah.
He is that strong. That's why people think he's boring, because he's that strong. But that's what makes it, when there is finally something that's equal to him, makes it for a good movie.
And that makes it a big deal.
Like this
You have
all
to
works.
show
It
how
works so
strong
much
he
better
is.
if instead of him just getting murked, he somehow, we see him stop this conflict in whatever.
Jarnapur.
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 Whatever it's called.
That's later.
We see him stop the war in the country that it was going on in, and then he also defeats Lex's kaiju. But then that message gets revealed. Superman decides to turn himself in, which is where it's revealed, kryptonite, and now he's weak. Now he's actually vulnerable. Okay, he breaks back out, fights off more guards, wins those fights easily, and it's like, well, now we don't have kryptonite because Metamorphos escaped. Oh, but Ultraman is his equal. Now he can fight, and now it's an actual difficult fight at the end here. That's a much better Superman
That's
movie.
much better. But the first shot of the movie is Superman who just got his ass kicked.
Dead in the snow.
Dead in the snow. Whistles for Crypto.
And it's the first fight he's ever lost. So we managed to get an anomaly where we have only seen the fights he lost.
Yeah. We haven't seen Superman himself win a fight in the Superman.
No, that's not true. He beat Ultraman.
He didn't beat Ultraman.
That bus fell on him pretty good.
He didn't
even beat Lex Luthor. That was Jimmy Olsen. And then Crypto.
Yeah.
And Mr.
Crypto
Terrific
beat
was pretty good.
Mr. Terrific was awesome.
It's like Black Adam is better. It's like Black Adam but better. Yeah. All the side characters are just way more interesting than the main character, but Superman's more interesting than Black Adam. So it's
it's like Black Adam, but instead of here, it's here.
Yeah, because Black Adam sucks.
Black Adam's like, oh, this is terrible. Dr. Fate's cool though.
Or sorry, Teth Adam. That movie's trash.
That movie's so bad.
I honestly forgot that was even part of it. Whatever. Either way, we're not talking about
all the TikTok fans went crazy when Henry Cavill popped on.
We ain't even talking about Black Adam right now. Right? I don't want to talk about Black Adam. That's like willingly talking about Ironheart. It's like
painful.
Yeah, it was unfortunately about what I expected. It was a little bit worse probably than I overall expected.
The leaked rumor about the monkeys in another dimension.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Because it was somewhat funny.
Which I knew it was that fast, but it was like it only was gonna be bad if this movie was awful, because then #super shit is literally the description of this movie.
And
that's another freaking
freaking
James Gunn self-insert of James Gunn got canceled on Twitter, and James Gunn is constantly on Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter warrior.
So he's like, oh well, Superman #super shit, that would really get him. Dude, his freaking production company is called Troll Farm Media.
James Gunn?
Yes.
That's so funny. That's so clever.
Troll.
So-
it's Troll
so
Farm. What
clever.
is it? It's Troll something. The score though of this movie.
What score?
Yeah, the John Williams. John Williams score. It's like the only time you even realize there's music happening in the background.
Yeah, it's like you'll watch a great movie, and you'll
Like F1.
like F1. Just
And
came
you
out.
leave and you're like,
Like the score.
the music was amazing. The score, the soundtrack,
you're in a
every
s-
element of music in that was amazing.
You're in a scene, and you're like, "This is a good scene."
I
And
gotta
then the
listen
music
to
comes
it.
on, and it like pulls you into the screen. It like pulls you to the edge of your seat. Like the scene is interesting in and of itself, but there's not like the audio isn't what's pulling you in. It's like it's cool what's happening, and like you understand what's happening.
Top Gun Maverick.
The audio, the score like pulls you into the movie. This, I didn't even realize that the score wasn't good.
The
until
only
close to
time
the
you're
end of
like-
the movie,
the only time
because I
you're
was
like-
like, oh, they're
The only time like the
Almost
score
isn't
is
cool.
good is when it's the freaking John Williams theme.
yeah,
Because it's John
Which-
Williams.
yeah, which isn't from this.
Yeah.
It's just John Williams theme. It's like
It's like the Batman. What do we remember from the Batman?
the soundtrack.
Dun, 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 dun.
Something
What do you remember from this movie?
most? Mr. Terrific.
As far as the score goes. You know, the one thing I kind of remembered, I couldn't even hum it to you right now, is like the song that played for Lex twice
Yeah, it was cool.
in the opening of the movie.
I don't remember it because it wasn't that memorable.
And it
but I thought
happened
was cool.
twice at the very start of the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all right.
It was like Lex theme's going.
And then I always, it's probably because I'm young and I haven't even seen, hold on. I'm going to say the sacrilegious. I haven't watched Christopher Reeve Superman. I wanted to this week.
It's also so hard to get.
It's on HBO Max.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't have Max.
Okay.
I have
I was
to
going to watch it this
Watch
week.
it legally.
I had to finish my freaking Ironheart video because I kept getting super busy and I couldn't finish it. So I was really not. I was going to watch it this week. But, so there you go. Take that how you will. Point is, to me, I liked the electric guitar cover from the trailer. I know a lot of people didn't like
It was
it.
fun.
And it played again in the movie. I like it. I know a lot of people didn't. And it's like, oh, it's not as good as the orchestra. Fair, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
So,
It's just like
but it's once again, it's
there were,
only
what, 4 songs
it's
in the movie?
only the John Williams one.
Yeah.
That you actually are like, oh yeah, there's music happening.
Yeah. There's not a scene I can think of.
Well, there's somewhere like songs play, not sound.
yeah,
not
but
score.
it's not like I don't know. It's just different. Like
Yeah, it's freaking Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack fight scene.
Yeah.
It's the Arrow scene in Guardians Volume 2, which is great.
yeah, I
Guardians
mean they
Volume 2. And then
literally
it's like-
redid the Yondu Zero scene from Guardians.
But it's
That was
Lois
one of
and
the
a
scenes where I was like,
shield and
oh,
Mr.
this is-
Terrific.
I was
just
like, oh, this is
murders.
Guardians.
It's like
it was like that, and then
that was more like Loki. That was more like the Guardian or like the Yondu scene in Guardians 1.
yeah, it was more like that. And then the kaiju fight, I was like, oh, this is the opening of Guardians 2.
Especially when they go from the inside to kill it.
I was like, this is literally Guardians 2. Like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Dude, the scene where Superman's ripping nanites out of his throat, that's just James Gunn gore. Because
Yeah.
he loves to do his freaking obnoxiously gross thing. Because
Yeah.
he does that. He did it in the Suicide Squad. He loves
didn't
to have at
mind
least
that
one
as
of those.
much.
He's just dumb, bro.
But, like,
he's
yeah, it
losing a fight again.
was silly.
Getting nanites shoved down his throat.
At least he was clever in the fight, though.
Kind of. He kind of just flew up until he couldn't
And
fly
he
anymore.
he
and then
just flew up till he couldn't and then flew down.
and it's like,
and it worked.
and it's like, yeah, the human is not dead. The
Nanotech.
non-invincible human is
Nanotech.
unconscious, not a scratch on her.
Well,
He punched a dude's teeth out and there was no blood. And the teeth hit the
like
camera.
a human. Superman punched a human's teeth out.
He laser visioned all the raptors.
So many. And then they
and he
landed on the
didn't
ground.
cut him in half.
It was just like a burn in their armor that somehow fully
The,
incapacitated
the
them
laser
and
vision,
didn't
mind
kill
you,
them.
is so powerful. It's the only way Superman can shave. At least in comics, is heat
Yeah.
vision. He can't shave with a razor. He has to like look into a mirror and reflect his heat vision back onto his skin to shave. He has to be super careful not to actually injure himself. That's why the eyes get marked after Ultraman lasers him, is because it's like, oh, it actually is good enough to.
It can hurt him.
Yeah. So, well, of course, everything can hurt him in this movie. But
Well, yeah.
I the I wanted to love this movie. I ended up thinking it was all right. Um, I don't know where the post credit scenes. Originally, it was supposed to be Hal Jordan and Brainiac in one of them, which probably would have been smart considering you have a show coming out soon with Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Probably would have been smart. And considering Green Lantern was one of the best parts of your Superman movie, Doug Gardner's Green Lantern. Maybe
Yeah.
should have capitalized on that. I don't know. I think Brainiac's like kind of whatever, big bad for your first.
Yeah, I feel like that
Your first
should...
Thanos is gonna be Brainiac.
Yeah, that's not the best move.
He's okay.
He should
I don't
be a
know.
later villain, I feel like.
It's similar to Kang. It's like Kang's not really all that.
Yeah. But he's alright. It's really, that one's like a how it's done thing. It's not like Thanos where it's like he's cool. He's inherently cool. Like even like the comics are totally.
If only there
different
was a
from what they did in the
character. If only
MCU.
there was a DC character like Thanos who's just cool and also a super powerful bad guy who maybe has like Omega Vision or something.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dark side to go with.
Yeah, that would be on like the darker side of things.
Yeah,
Say that again?
yeah.
Nah, do Brainiac first. Do
I
Brainiac.
mean, dude, I don't even know. I'll be impressed if DC can string multiple movies together. They haven't done it yet. The closest they did was they got the Batman Part 1, and then
Penguin.
the Batman was like that's a 7 out of 10, and then they did Penguin. That's a 10 out of 10. So it's like,
And going back, like talking about music again, I know we already did, but like think about any memorable scene from the Batman. You can like the music from the scene.
kind of. I low-key only remember the dun.
Or you can
dun,
at least
dun,
remember, like,
dun.
when he's walking up to Penguin's car.
It's still
you
there
know what it
when
sounds
you're
like.
when you're watching the Batman movie. It's like you can actually tell the scores there.
Yeah, and then this it's like I can't remember
If it's not the John
sound
Williams
from a single
sound.
scene.
If it's not the John Williams scene, you're not gonna think of any. There's
No.
no score from this movie that's gonna like actually. You're gonna remember.
It's
So
just not. And then the post credit scenes, like we were saying, the first one is just Superman and Krypto sitting on the moon.
my
looking at
thumbnail
Earth.
from my Superman trailer video that I don't even agree with anymore. That Superman trailer didn't give me hope. It probably took more hope away. So, that's literally the first post credit scene. That thumbnail without hope on it is the post credit.
It's like
scene.
3 seconds.
It's 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's like it's a really cool shot. I like it, but why is it a post? Why is it even there?
The second one is Superman having OCD.
Yeah, it's him being like, Mr. Terrific, when you fix the rift, it's a little off. And Mr. Terrific's like,
Keep in mind, Iron Man's post credit scene, Nick Fury. You've stepped into a bigger world than you can even imagine.
so good.
It's not explicitly going, oh, this universe is about to get crazy, but it's like there's more out there.
There's more going on.
I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. That's
And
what he
even
says.
passively in the background, when like in Iron Man 2, when Coulson has to leave, and he's like, gotta go to El Paso. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's actually
Um,
setting other stuff
okay.
up.
Just so Peacemaker season 2 is the next thing, but Supergirl's the next movie.
And they already, I don't want to watch Supergirl anymore because of what they made her in this movie. It's like she's already annoying and
In
like
one scene.
not heroic already.
I don't know. And it's just in general. What should your goal be? You make Superman to start your universe. Your next movie should be freaking Batman.
Yeah.
Or Wonder
At
Woman.
least Wonder Woman. Should be Batman or Wonder Woman.
The easiest thing to do. I already said I don't really want him to do this, but at this point it's probably, if this movie being a 6 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10, the best thing for them to do. Hey, the Batman is DCU. That was the actual first DCU movie. The Batman and Penguin are both. Matt Reeves is working with James Gunn now on this universe.
Mhm.
I don't want him to do that. I like the Batman kind of being separate because low-key they do better with the separate stuff. I mean, Joker 1, Joker 2 doesn't count.
Yeah, Joker 2 doesn't exist.
Freaking Dark Knight trilogy, freaking
DC does better separate. They
with,
don't do a
with
good
Batman
universe.
specifically.
Yeah, they don't do a good live action universe.
Yet they were playing catch up for a long time. Point is, it's like
'Cause they were
with these one-off movies, they've done a much better job, especially with Batman. Matt Reeves' Batman wouldn't work real well with this whole like God's mischief stuff going on. Although Batman in general kind of gets weird when you start doing that.
Yeah, it gets fun.
You kind of just have to ignore it. That's one thing.
It's-
That's one thing the Man of Steel comics did really well. Superman goes to visit Gotham to arrest Batman. Basically, he's like, "Oh, this guy's got to be a criminal," and he shows up, and Batman's like, "Yeah, if you try to remove my mask, an innocent person is gonna blow up." And then it's like after they work together to catch whoever it was they were hunting, it's like Batman shows they had the bomb on him, so it's like he's not wrong, but he also wasn't gonna actually murder an innocent person. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's kind of the way you have to do it. Is like Batman's in his own world essentially, and he'll come over for the Justice League stuff, and then it's like, or no,
But-
he ain't never leaving.
He's not.
It
he
ain't
doesn't
like
even leave Gotham all the
Arkham
time.
Batman, who's like the most powerful being in the universe.
Yeah, Yeah, doing it.
Oh wait, that reminds me. I gotta get. It's a nitpick, but it's a pretty big nitpick. They evacuate the largest city in the world. Metropolis is the largest city, at least in America. I guess I won't say
Yeah.
the world, but it's like the largest city in like 5 minutes. It's maybe 20 minutes of real time in the
Maybe.
universe. It's like 2 minutes of screen time. Like, bro. Just so that we can have buildings collapse. It's like, yep, the whole city got out in 3 minutes.
Yeah, dude. People don't evacuate their houses for hurricanes when there's like
This is 6 months notice.
so much notice. It's like, yeah, in the next 4 years, you need to leave your house.
Like the reason I brought that up after
And
saying
they still
Arkham is because like Arkham as media as like some as
Insane
so it's
as
like
it can be.
Arkham City is taking place in a prison. Arkham Asylum is taking place in the asylum, so there's not civilians. Arkham Origins, it's a pretty lame excuse, but it's like, oh, there's too much snow, you should stay inside. It's not a great excuse. Obviously, in the real world, people are gonna go outside, but it's like
It
technically it gives you a reason. That's why
Yeah.
there's no civilians. So Batman knows anyone who's out's a criminal.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work like that. Obviously, if there's too much snow, people are gonna be outside. It's freaking Christmas.
In
Eve.
the
Maybe
city.
not in Gotham, but in Arkham Knight, it's like they evacuate the whole city, and it's like it takes them 24 hours essentially to get everyone out.
Yeah.
Of Gotham, and that was like, yeah, Scarecrow's got a freaking nuke here.
Yeah, it's like get out or you're going.
This
to
one,
die.
it's like you have to evacuate, and they're like, why? And it's like,
run.
and then it's like, oh, the city's getting chopped in half.
Lego Batman also did
Yeah, Lego Batman.
that. I know that. Wait, just when you
The
said
movie,
that,
the
it
movie,
gave me another Lego Batman.
the movie where
comparison.
Joker wraps all of the villains up in a present, and then Batman gets mad that all the prisoners are gone because it's like Lego
I-
kids movie.
I just thought it was funny that I could find another Lego Batman comparison.
It doesn't shock me that James Gunn Superman has Lego Batman comparisons all over it.
It's already two.
You know,
at least, and I'm not
Considering
even
Lego
going in
Batman's
depth.
not even a Batman thing. Outside of it's Batman, like he's
Still
wearing the suit and he's a loner until he's not. He's got the hots for Barbara Gordon, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Although it's not as bad as the Killing Joke movie where they literally have sex.
Let's get back to Super.
They have to. It's just
I don't want to.
so. Anyway, what we were saying before we got turbo sidetracked.
Yeah, that was wicked sidetracked.
The next movie after Superman should be Batman or Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's the trinity of DC.
And it should be one and then the other.
Especially when you own the rights. The one thing Marvel
Yeah.
had going for them, they didn't own the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's, when you ask the three superheroes before the MCU stuff, now Iron Man's probably up there. You go on the street and you ask, hey, name your top three superheroes. At least pre-MCU, all three of it is always going to be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
In Marvel, it was going to be Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk. Pre-MCU.
Yes. Spider-Man, Wolverine, probably. Hulk was popular, but there's one I can't think of. Either yes. Point is, that's what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Post MCU now, I still think you're gonna get Batman, Spider-Man. If you go to a random person in a random country, name three superheroes, I think you'll probably get Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. Yeah. Would be my guess. I don't know that Superman's up there anymore.
Yeah,
He's
just 'cause
still,
he
but he's
hasn't had a
still
good
one of the most
movie.
known.
But he's
characters.
so well.
He's still
He's
so
been
well
around for
It's
almost
Superman.
90 years.
Superman
like-
is the epitome of what a superhero looks
Yeah.
like in your mind. It's
Yeah.
like got all the colors. That's what, like literally, it's like Batman was created as like an direct opposite of Superman. It's like Superman's got all the powers, he's got all the colors, he's got four parents, he's got two sets of parents, and Batman they're like he's got no colors, no powers, no parents.
Yeah.
Double no parent, but he's got all the money.
He's got
Superman's
all-
got no
he's got
money.
Super rich kind of makes it better.
So it's
Like a Batman.
So it's like Batman should be your next thing. Apparently he wants to do an old Batman. I don't know why.
I don't know why you want to start with old Batman. Old Batman's
I don't, it's not like
interesting
old man,
and
but I
cool,
think it's like you're
but, like,
10?
starting
it's
with,
gonna be,
like
it's gonna be late in Batman's career.
yeah.
At this point, Robert Pattinson could play him.
I mean, how many Robins deep are you at year 10?
You would.
I mean, you
think
already
they
have,
had one
like-
they were starting with. What was
You already have,
Brave
like,
and the
fully
Bold?
fledged Nightwing at that point. Jason Todd's either
He's dead.
dead or back as Red Hood. And Tim Drake's probably Robin already.
Yeah, he probably ain't back as Red Hood yet. He's dead.
After 10
It
years?
took him 30 years in like real world time. I don't know what it actually is like.
Well,
year to year
real
wise.
world. Yeah. Not like comic storyline time, but yeah. Real world time.
But
I mean, 10 years deep is like kind of ridiculous.
they're gonna be on Damian Wayne. Is what Brave and the Bold.
Yeah,
Brave
if
and the
you're
Bold would be.
introducing your Batman with Damian Wayne, that's kind of ridiculous. Or at a point where Damian Wayne should be. That's like,
Yeah, bro. At least let me watch Jason Todd blow up while Joker was making deals with terrorists. By the way, that's how Death of the Family actually goes. If you've never read the comics, Joker is in the Middle East buying a nuke from terrorists, and Jason Todd goes out to try to find him alone, dies. Death in the Family is one of those that's like, it's a seminal story, but it's weird. It's weird.
yeah.
Just shot a Joker wearing the like Middle Eastern headdress. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in comics. It's like,
Yeah.
what am I looking at right now?
Why? How did this happen?
But yeah, Death in the Family. I kind of hate that it's like you gotta read this. It's like it's weird. It's so weird. It's not like Batman Year One by Frank Miller. It's like it's a timeless story. It's like Death in the Family is like very dated. It's 80s freaking the 80s night. Like it's like that's when this came out. So it's like your next movie. It should be the Batman.
It should be bad.
You should at least announce the post-credit scene. Should at least reveal who Bruce Wayne is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not gonna do the freaking Hal Jordan, it's like even if you don't even want to show him from the front, it's like
Give us
it's like
some.
you're in the Batcave or
give
something.
your fans something to speculate. There's nothing to speculate right now.
Even if you don't
other
even,
than
like literally, you
what
want to
the
know the
Batman
post-credit scene? It's freaking a shot of like a giant computer playing. It's like the news scene. It zooms out more and more. It's like it's just a chair, so you don't even see a silhouette, so you don't have to cast it yet. It's like
But you know,
it's clearly a Bat computer.
yeah.
And it's like you're in the Batcave. It's like, oh, so it does. So there's something. It's like, maybe is that a great post-credit scene? Probably not, but it's
No,
still
but
it's
better than
something,
what we got.
and it makes you know Batman's coming.
Yeah, it gives you some. And I mean, the main thing you want is like you want your fans to be like going crazy
Bro,
about
theory
every,
crafting is dead.
every tiny. It's gone.
Maybe it's not gone. Maybe I just don't care anymore. But it's like, how am I supposed to theory? How are you supposed to theory craft with Ironheart when there's a week in between?
There's nothing to theorize about.
Yeah, because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they've been
And I mean,
you
we're
have to use
waiting
you have to
see
use
how
you have
this
to use
movie
Marvel. You have to
does.
use Marvel because Marvel is the only thing that still technically has a plot going forward. It's like in the old days, you knew it was obviously building up to Infinity War, but you could still theorize stuff. And then it was like, now it's like you can't theorize stuff because you don't know what's going to get canceled and what's going to keep going. So it's like, DC had the perfect opportunity to at least do something. Like, oh, it's Batman. Then you can have a whole who's Batman gonna be? Who's best for Batman? You can start having fans casting. If you're not gonna listen to them, it's like it should be this person, be that person, it should be that person. I want it to be Alan Richardson personally, because I want Batman to be freaking huge.
Yeah.
Because that's freaking Batman. Batman's supposed to be able to like deadlift 1,000 pounds. Like,
Yeah, he's
well, no,
supposed
he can like squat 1,000 pounds. It's something
supposed
insane.
to be like the
He is the human, like the
pinnacle.
pinnacle of human existence. My thing has always been you have Batman be Alan Richardson and you have Bane be cast as Paulie from Reacher season 3. I know
She's,
it's
like, the
literally
only
I know it's
actor that's
I know
bigger
it's
than Alan.
literally just Reacher season 3, but they're wearing Batman and Bane costumes, but it's like
like the only person that's bigger than him.
you don't necessarily need to go with Bane, but I'm saying like if you're going to do Nightfall and Bane,
Yeah.
do that.
If you're
Don't
gonna
don't
do
do Rises where you have freaking Tom Hardy. As great as Tom Hardy is at acting,
I love Tom.
he's not Bane.
Rises was not a good movie.
There's some good parts.
There's
in it.
good parts.
It's long,
It's a
but we're not
it's
talking
a
about. We're not talking
brutally
about.
long watch.
I'd rather watch it than Superman.
That's a toughie. I'll need to rewatch.
I need to rewatch it. I won't say it. I won't go that far yet. Rises is like, if I'm watching Batman Begins, which is peak, and then I watch The Dark Knight, which is peaker than peak,
Yeah.
I gotta watch Rises.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch Rises.
And then you're just like, oh man, that was
That was
rough.
That was alright. It was
Well,
done.
yeah, then you get to the
Some cool
Talia al
moments.
Ghul death scene. You're like,
Batman fighting in broad
you're
daylight.
like that's a professional
Friggin-
actress. How did-
Friggin' 21 Bridges will flood the island with blue. Cops are trapped in tunnels for months. The spine,
clean shaven when they come up.
good old spine punches to heal the back injury. I
You
mean,
have
it's
to
such
let
a
go of the rope to make the jump.
yeah. Bane is like a really good chance to do something, and I don't. It's hard to go back to a Batman villain. I just want Joker. I love Joker. They're always going to get compared
Joker's
to Heath
so-
Ledger. They're
yeah.
always going to get compared to Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill. It's never going to be better than either of them.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger is like the quintessential live action. Mark Hamill's the quintessential voice and like animated with the actual like acid burn look instead of
Yeah.
the paint. It's like they're always going to get compared, and they're never going to get Joaquin Phoenix in the first movie is like the closest anyone's ever been to like it's like
Yeah, because it was
he
like
was alright.
it was like a different take.
It was
but
like
good.
it was like Heath Ledger's, but like slightly less. And that's why
Yeah.
in Joker 2 they made it like an origin for
Joker-
Heath Ledger's.
Joker 2 was-
God, I haven't seen it actually. I've only heard like the stuff, and I was like, I'm just not gonna watch
Yeah,
it
you
because it seemed to me like Todd Phillips didn't even want to make it.
It felt like
We
felt like everyone involved in the movie hated the movie.
well, Todd Phillips I know didn't
or
want
like
to make
really
a
loved
sequel.
it way too.
Well, the
much.
first it kind of ruins the first movie. The first Joker movie, it was like, yeah, he's an unreliable narrator.
It's like what's actually happening.
Also, it means
I don't
Batman and
know.
Joker could not interact in that universe. Because Bruce Wayne is like 7.
Yeah, he's like a child.
And
I mean,
Joker's like 60.
Joker would be like 75
let's say
years
let's
old
say
by the time Batman was around.
35.
He'd be like, "Oh, you were that crazy."
I guess
guy
didn't
that
didn't
one
in the
time."
Keaton movies wasn't it Joker killed his parents though?
That-
I guess it kind of worked.
you got to do it a really specific way, and that's not where that was going.
Either way,
At
that was supposed to be a
all.
franchise.
But
That was
yes.
supposed to be like a what if for Joker. That was like
Yeah.
that was almost like that was probably the closest to live action the Killing Joke you would get without Batman. It's like the origin of Joker.
Yeah, yeah.
Joker doesn't have an origin. That's like this is one way. This Joker's past is Joker's past is multiple choice. Here's one of the options because that's the whole Killing Joke thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker sucks.
I always forget. I like
It's 'cause
my
he was
brain
in-
like
it's because he was
wipes
in
that from my
nothing.
memory 'cause
He
it
was in
so
Suicide
bad.
Squad for a little bit.
That was-
He's apparently supposed to be in the original cut of it way more. But that one was bad. The like Barry, I don't know how to say his last name.
Keegan.
I mean, I don't want Joker in that universe. Matt Reeves didn't even want Joker in the universe,
Yeah.
and I thought it was kind of like a different take, but it's like it's not. It ain't Joker.
And it's like you can't do a different enough take of Joker that's still
You just gotta
good.
go. You gotta choose. You gotta go acid, bro. The paint can't be topped. The paint has been topped, and then it's been
Yeah.
like the closest like doing it mediocre you could do with the Joaquin Phoenix one.
Yeah, like you either have to go wildly different Joker
Just do-
take.
they haven't done the actual acid in like ever.
Yeah,
They haven't done the Red Hood origin yet, and then, like anything.
yeah, they could do something like
Batman creates Joker. That's the whole thing with like the Red Hood gang.
that. Yeah,
It's that you could do. That's a great thing to. Obviously, James Gunn's doing year 8, year 9. Who knows? Whenever Damian Wayne is. If you wanted to do an early Batman, that's what you have. You have part of it. A seemingly non-coincidental incident in the movie. It's he shows up at Ace Chemicals to stop the Red Hood gang from robbing something, and one of the guys falls into a vat of acid.
Yeah.
You don't do anything else with that plot after that. You know what it is,
you just let it.
and you
Wait.
can bring it back if you're gonna do Joker. I don't want you to do Joker. Everyone's done Joker. Joker's great. Joker's one of the greatest villains ever.
Yeah.
You can't top what you've already done at this
Yeah,
point.
you can't beat it.
Heath Ledger's performance is incredible, and even if you get past that, Mark Hamill is Joker like everywhere else.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill can't play Joker in a live action movie.
No,
If you could somehow get him to voice him,
that'd
Maybe
be
you could
that'd
pull
be
it off.
Cool, but
you could
I
maybe
don't
pull it
know
off.
how
then.
you would go about doing.
But that'd be pretty hard.
That'd be pretty tough.
But I mean, not like I keep saying it. Batman should be the next one. It should be Batman, then Wonder Woman, then Flash, then Green Lantern, and you do Justice League.
Yeah. I would like. I was gonna say Scarecrow, but that would kind of just be Batman.
You don't.
Begins.
You would do.
I
There's
don't-
so many other villains you could do.
Yeah, and Bane is tricky because
Mr. Freeze would be a good one.
Mr. Freeze would be great.
That would be a good.
Potentially.
It's still pretty hard.
Batman
It's rough to
villains.
do
The
early.
thing with like live action is like you're either gonna hit it out of the park or it's gonna be terrible with a lot of.
I think Riddler was a good adaptation up until they did the streaming thing.
Yeah, that was kind of just didn't need
It
to
was
be
a little
there.
weird. That was a
Kinda
little weird.
dumb.
I thought that was the best way you could do Riddler while making him interesting and not freaking weird.
Yeah, not making
Or-
him
or-
Jim Carrey,
Or you have him running around picking up Riddler trophies for 2 hours of a movie. That'd be
Yeah.
lit.
that'd be just watching
Sorry, or-
Batman like
yeah.
100%
Complete an
watching
Arkham
Batman,
game.
like platinum in art.
Arkham Batman did that all in one night.
Because he did not do that, bro. I couldn't finish the video game in one night. Like,
You can. I've done Origins in one night like 7 times.
that's Origins, bro. Arkham Knight is like
Oh, Arkham Knight's long.
the
but
sheer amount of time it takes just to do all
if
the
you
mines.
just do the story,
Yeah, if you just do the story, it's doable.
Yeah.
But if you do all the side missions,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
bruh, that's
I mean, it took Kaisen out like 3 days to get through 4 games.
insanely impressive.
Well, I mean, not really when you're just sleeping on stream, waking up and playing. it,
That's
like,
true. When that's all you're doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And when
it's-
you have tough all bat caves around you,
Yeah,
it
when
kind of
you
makes
get-
you lock in
just
a
get a
bit more.
super awesome suit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's Mr. Freeze would be a good one. Hush is always one that's like people throw around a lot. I think Hush probably works better in the Batman too. There was a little bit of setup for that. I want to see a long Halloween story. There's just so many good Batman comic storylines you could adapt. Did I say that right? I don't know why that sounded weird in my head when I said adapt, but
Yeah.
I just said it weird. I feel like Long Halloween would be an interesting one. You could have a very unique like character with Calendar Man introduced. I think a good Two-Face where he's not just a plot device of Joker would also be incredible because Two-Face is one of the most weirdest characters you can have as
Yeah.
Two-Face with
Like,
his
if you can
split with
do
his split
Two-Face
personality.
well-
Like in Arkham Shadows, the VR game, there's a really good Two-Face part of it where Batman it's Ratcatcher's the villain, but Two-Face is origin is happening, and in that movie, it's like or in that game, Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne were like orphans together, like fostered together, whatever. Two-Face can be if you do Two-Face complex, it's good. Like it was pretty good in the Dark Knight, but obviously Joker's the
just an
villain. Joker's the
instrument
villain
of
of the Dark Knight. It's not.
Joker was orchestrating everything. He was just in
It ain't that. The spine punching doctor would be a great villain. Ra's al Ghul, you can't do again. I think you could do him, but you can't actually do him again in your
No.
movie.
Yeah.
You could do Scarecrow. Scarecrow wasn't that big of a deal in the first one,
No. You could do Scarecrow.
but
you
I
have
think
to do him different.
I think they would avoid it because they already.
Yeah.
Clayface would be interesting. Batman has the best rogues gallery, so you can find something.
Yeah.
You can find something to do. Killer Croc, like
Deathstroke,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Deathstroke would be awesome, but
Deathstroke would
Deathstroke
be really cool. Getting like
Deathstroke's kind of a weird one to have as just a Batman villain alone. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. But Batman's
Killer
got
Croc
the
would be
Batman has the best rogues gallery. You don't just have to do Joker. You don't just have to do Scarecrow. It's like you can open a book of Batman's rogue gallery and point to one, and it's gonna be good. Like
Yeah.
there's a good story somewhere. Even it's like you hear the name Calendar Man, you're like, there's no way there's a good story. And then one of the greatest comic stories ever, The Long Halloween, the best detective story for sure, is that one.
Yeah.
Long Halloween would be hard to do in a movie because it takes place over like 2 years. Because like every holiday is when something happens. I think it'd make a very interesting movie. I don't know that it would get. I don't think it could be done well nowadays, but
No, probably not. They'd have to do it as a show.
yeah. Hope. How's your Hope feeling for? Oh wait, they can't even do Batman TV shows. There's a whole thing,
Yeah.
right? It's like Disney owned the rights to Batman TV shows at one point. It's all weird. That's why he doesn't show up in the Penguins. Why he can't show up in anything in live action. It's like it's a whole rabbit hole. Yeah. So what's your hope for the DCU going forward? How are you feeling about it? You think after this?
After this, I feel like I mean, you have to kind of change something with what you're doing going forward because Superman wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either, and it kind of needed to be great to kickstart. Like,
No, James Gunn said it just needed to be a double. Didn't need to be a home run. Iron Man wasn't the be all end all.
it was.
Yes. If you have a great movie, you can have a mediocre second movie. Case in
Yeah.
point, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk.
Exactly.
If Superman was incredible, you could have Supergirl be whatever.
Exactly. But Superman was okay, and now I think Supergirl's probably just gonna be bad, or at least best case scenario it'll be it'll be. Alright. I'm not gonna get blown away by Supergirl based on what I saw in Superman of Supergirl
Or just of Superman.
or of Superman of the DCU that we
Yeah.
know so far.
And then they don't have Batman.
And they don't have a
They're
Batman
not gonna have
established.
Batman.
They didn't even have like that guy over in Gotham. Nothing.
There may be what Lex Luthor said will stop before it gets to a city I actually care about. That's like that might be talking about Gotham, might be talking about anything else, but to me I'm like, oh, there's another city, it's gotta be Gotham.
Yeah. that's a reach and a half, but like
I mean, like-
technically that could be what he's talking. He could be talking about Bloodhaven. He could be talking about Nightwing.
If he's
If
talking
we're-
about Bloodhaven, that's crazy. I don't think there's a world where Lex Luthor's favorite city is actually Gotham. It's definitely not Bloodhaven.
I mean, if we're throwing
I
out
think
DC
it's safe
cities,
to throw that one away. I don't think it's Bloodhaven.
he could like Nightwing. Who
Bro,
knows?
we totally would get a Nightwing movie before a Batman movie with how DC's been, bro.
dude, and the thing is, I would love a Nightwing movie with an established Batman.
Or an established universe.
Or yeah, like with an established former Robin, now Nightwing. I would love that.
yeah, like instead of Ant-Man, you get Nightwing. For like a Marvel MCU comparison.
exactly.
You already had your strong your phase one.
Yeah, you had your phase
still
one.
building up.
me
It's
some-
like
give
you
me
want to
some
throw on a
fun
character.
movies. Let
Give
me
him
have
Nightwing.
some
Nightwing would make a great show.
Yeah.
Nightwing, it's another freaking Matt Reeves thing. Nightwing would go great with the Penguin stuff. It's like you can't have Batman in it because you want to save him for the big screen, and you can't have him in
Nightwing.
shows. You can have Nightwing.
Let him run around Bloodhaven and beat the piss out of people and be funny and cool.
Yeah, not
Dick
funny.
Grayson's
I want to
cool.
avoid funny at this point.
I want to avoid
I don't
funny
want
as much as
funny.
possible,
I don't
but
want funny anymore.
Nightwing is gonna be funny,
Yep.
which
Night-
which is fine if you do it well and it's not James Gunn writing the jokes.
Night Gun, James Wing, get ready. It's coming. James Gunn's Nightwing's James Gunn. It's on its way.
If James Gunn directs the Batman movie, the DC's
the Batman movie's not happening. I think this movie does $650 million at the box office, and then the Batman 2 gets like pushed forward by executives.
I feel like the Batman 2 is the most likely thing, and then they shoehorn the Batman into the DCU.
I don't think that'll happen unless
Well, if we get
unless
the
they
Batman
make
2,
unless they make multiple things that flop. If they make multiple things that flop now, and then the Batman 2 comes out and it's popular again, they might go, oh yeah,
I might go, that Matt Reeves guy's onto something.
hey, the
Maybe we
Penguin
should-"
is a DCU thing. Season 2 coming now.
It could happen. But personally, as far as hope for the DCU, not much for what they want the DCU to be. I have hope that like they'll be able to salvage it and make something all right. But with like what James Gunn's described it as, I don't have a whole lot of hope for that.
WB is the stupidest company.
Yeah.
Still making stuff.
Yeah.
Which is impressive when your
They have,
competition when your competition is Disney, who made Ironheart.
Yeah.
It's impressive. WB is in an extreme amount of debt, like $50 billion.
I mean, they've had how many out of their last 11 movies? They've had 2 that turned a profit.
Out of the last 12, they had 11 flops in DC.
Yeah,
They own A24. Those always make some money. But it's the dumbest company. They freaking rebranded HBO Max to Max. Rebranded
For no
back
reason.
since then. They have gone back. It's a stupid company. They have failed in everything that wasn't the Batman or Penguin. It's the closest they've ever been to stringing multiple successes together. As long as they don't overreact, I think they have a chance. Got to get Wonder Woman out, though.
yeah.
Got to get that made. You got to cast a Batman. You can't just. You're gonna have to do this time if you're gonna let Matt Reeves' Batman go forward. You're gonna have 2 Batmans going on at the same time, and they want to avoid that desperately. You got to do it at this point.
You have to get stuff coming. Like
You can't keep committing to stuff while other stuff's happening.
Yeah.
You can't let The Rock bring back Henry Cavill when you just brought in James Gunn. You can't greenlight the Batman when James Gunn's coming in.
Yeah.
Even before James Gunn was coming in, you have the Snyderverse going on, and you're going to greenlight the Batman.
Yeah.
You can't greenlight the Penguin if you're going to just let James Gunn wants to do his own Batman thing.
Yeah.
I think James Gunn has been holding up this Batman thing. I think
I think he's waiting on Superman's performance to see what to do with Batman.
so. You need Batman. You need Wonder Woman. I think the Lantern show is probably the only thing I'm really looking forward to from them.
At least that's announced. I'd be looking forward to Batman, but nothing's announced.
Well, they've announced that they're doing the Brave and the Bold. I'm not really looking forward. I don't understand starting with Damian Wayne. I just want to wait for the I'm more interested in waiting for the Batman 2 than anything DCU's making.
Yeah.
I think the Lantern show could be interesting. I don't know. I think they just started too late. I think Marvel has done a pretty good job of thoroughly killing off any chance of a superhero franchise happening again.
Yeah.
We'll see. After Secret Wars, I think Marvel needs to take a 5-year break, and maybe DC can get some real momentum going by then. But I don't know. They gotta do something to build buzz, and I think announcing a Batman or casting a Wonder Woman or something.
They need to get some stuff rolling, and they need fans to care enough to speculate and to theorize and
real, not
like Twitter bots
and not media, not the media you're inviting to your premieres.
You need fans.
You need people to not want to be sitting here going, "When's the next DC fair?" It's, what's DC gonna do next? What?
Yeah,
you have the best standalone storylines in comics. Marvel has the best single timeline run of comics. With Batman specifically, I know Green Lantern, Brightest Day, Blackest Night is a really good one. It's all stuff that I need to read. The Batman alone, it's there's 50 if you pick a Batman run, even the New 52 stuff, which is trash. The first Batman one's the Court of Owls stuff, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere you look with Batman, there's a good character, and it's like that with a lot of DC stuff. There's so many great miniseries in DC. Just adapt them. You also have Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited. It's all this stuff that was really good. You just got to adapt them.
Batman Beyond.
That's what people want. Don't do Batman Beyond.
Don't
in the DCU.
Do not do that in the DCU. But it's good.
Yeah.
The show.
But
do not do that.
We're going to keep going in circles. We're probably going to start talking about the Batman more if we keep going.
Yeah, that's true.
This was supposed to be Superman. We talked about Superman. We kind of talked about other stuff. We went on a couple of long tangents. So, I mean, I would say go to the movie.
Have fun.
Yeah, it's not political. That's great.
That was positive. That was a breath of fresh
That's nice
air.
to see. We were arguing over whether the movie was gonna suck or whether the movie was gonna be good, and whether the suit looked good, and why Superman isn't Superman. We weren't arguing.
Normal
it wasn't they race swapped this character, they gender swapped this character, they tried to shoehorn this message down your face. It was no, it's just a mediocre writing job of a character.
Yeah, it was it's a problem as a fan. It's problems I don't mind having. There's still problems, and I'm this pisses me off. I want it fixed. But it's not you're just blatantly spitting in
political.
the face. You're not just spitting in my face.
Yeah.
You're not pissing on me and calling it rain.
Yep.
You're just doing stuff that I
don't
like.
I don't know if you want to support it for that reason. I don't care. If you want to watch the movie, go watch it. It's in IMAX. I don't know how much better it is in IMAX compared to other stuff. Like I said, the cinematography alone is pretty bad, which means the IMAX is pretty bad. Maybe don't go see it in IMAX. That way, maybe they put F1 back in IMAX. If no one spends money on IMAX screenings, maybe they'll get F1 back in there. If you're stuck and you only can go to one movie and it's I can either wait for Fantastic Four, I can go see Jurassic World, I can go see Superman, or I can go watch F1. Watch F1. It's way better.
Yeah, watch F1.
Yeah. If you're looking for Superman, it's not this movie, but you could have fun with this movie. You can have fun with it. So if you want to watch it, feel free. I think for me it's 6 out of 10, maybe on the Gunn scale. It's very much a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, it's a James Gunn.
So
through and through.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Do you have anything else?
that's pretty much all I have.
All right, if you're somehow still here and you haven't, I have a new video. It's about Ironheart's character analysis, comparing Riri Williams, Tony Stark. What are you working on? What's your next video gonna be? Is it gonna be
Mine,
Superman review?
it'll probably be Superman reviews sometime in the next week or so. I'll have a Superman video on my
Same.
Rants and Reviews with Jake channel, and then I'm probably gonna be doing another Marvel video about Mantle passing as well soon, and then I might be doing a little Christopher Reeve retrospective for Superman because Christopher Reeve. Superman
And we
is
should be
awesome.
live next week.
And we should be live sometime
Next week on Rants and Reviews with Jake.
Yep.
Should be live. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Probably Fantastic Four stuff. Who knows? We'll see. We've had stuff to talk about the last 2 weeks, so we'll see what next week is. Yeah, that's pretty much that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's all.
So if you want to listen to us on audio platforms, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It's anchor.fm/subjectively correct. No spaces. That'll take you to the links. You can leave a 5-star rating if you want, or a 1-star rating if you hate us and you think it's trash. Or you thought we were yappers. Well, don't do it if you thought we were yappers, because we are yappers. So
That's kind of
so it's gonna be a 1-star. Yeah. So that's all I got.
That's all I got. Thank you for watching. If
If you're still here and you listen through that whole roundabout of a yap.
yeah, if you watch live till 1 a.m., good on you.
Yep.
But,
All right.
Yeah, thank you. That's all for this.
Consider
week.
subscribing. Thanks for watching.
Consider subscribing.
See you next week.